Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, trend update. Iraqi forces and ISIS battle for western Mosul. And today is February 20, 2017. What I got here is a picture from liveviewamap.com. This is a shot of Mosul, Iraq. In the pink or the red would be the Iraqi government, and in the gray, that would be ISIS. If you'll notice, all the action's taking place in the southern part of the western side of Mosul. And at issue is going to be the Mosul International Airport. And Iraq has made it pretty clear they want to take control over the airport as a base of operations. So when they go into the heart of western Mosul, Scripture references are out in Nahum 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, completely full of lies and pillage. Her prey never departs. And Nahum 3, verse 3. Horsemen charging, swords flashing, spears gleaming, many slain, a mass of corpses and countless dead bodies. They stumble over the dead bodies. So the battle to take the western half of Mosul has begun. And after a 1-month pause in the offensive, Iraqi forces have crossed the Tigris River into western Mosul. Iraqi forces have announced to ISIS, quote, "We are coming." And this is a quote from Lieutenant General Abdel Amir Yarallah, Commander of Operations. This gets a little confusing, but this is what he has to say. The Army's 9th Armored Brigade liberated the villages of Al-Husseiniya, Sheikh Yunus, and Al-Harikiyat in western Mosul and raised Iraqi flags over their buildings after inflicting heavy losses on the enemy. Al-Hashad, Al-Shabai Abbas Brigade and the 36th Regiment of the Army's 9th Armored Brigade also liberated Tal Kaisom village and arrived in the outskirts of the Anshana Mountains. And again, that's from Lieutenant General Abdel Amir Yarallah, Commander of Operations. And that's a quote from Iraqi news. Now, this is Iraq's state-run news. And there's a link provided. Security forces liberate 4 villages in western Mosul. But the idea is the western half of the city is considered to be far more complicated. Bridges leading into the western side have been taken out by bombing. You can see these 5 bridges. Here's one in the furthest south, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they've all been taken out. Streets are narrower and smaller in the western side, and as a result, tanks are going to have difficulty getting in there. Now, it's estimated that there are 3,000 ISIS fighters in western Mosul. Western Mosul has a more dense population. Approximately 650,000 citizens are located in this area. Provisions are already a consideration from the previous part of the conflict, so food, water, and electricity are already pinched and expected to tighten as the conflict progresses. And here's a quote from an anonymous eyewitness. Some residents of the right hand do not have bread and water. Even lack of fuel has forced them to burn their household furniture to warm themselves. 10 days ago, we were given 3 kilos of flour. 1 egg sells for what is roughly $1.25 US dollars. 1 egg, $1.25. That's not a good deal. And that's from theguardian.com. And also, The Guardian, which is out of England, says civilians at extreme risk as West Mosul offensive begins. And then the other piece of that is from ruda.net, and that's out of Turkey. It's a Turkish publication. Again, links will be provided if you guys want more details to these types of things. And, while all that's going on, we still have this mess up here on the Mosul Dam north of the city, about 35 miles. And the UN is now making preparations for an international response team in the event the dam breaks. And the UN estimates up to 20 million people could be impacted if the dam goes. And that's from usnews.com. And the link on that is UN warns of catastrophic dam failure in Syria battle. Now, roughly 2,700 years ago, the prophet Nahum had this to say about the future of ancient Nineveh, or what is modern day Mosul, Iraq. Out of Nahum 1, verse 8, but with an overflowing flood, he will make a complete end of the adversaries and will pursue his enemies into darkness. Nahum 2, verse 6, the gates of the river are opened and the palace is dissolved. And the palace, what is ancient Nineveh, is right here in the middle, just south of the University of Mosul. It's on the eastern side, but these are the old ancient Nineveh ruins. And so you could see, if this dam breaks, or as Nahum would put it, when water breaks, I mean, this is going to be 30 to 60 feet underwater by some estimates. So, are we there? I don't know, but there's a lot of bloodshed, and they say there's going to be more. Also, ISIS is messing around with the dam over here on the Euphrates, and they're threatening to blow this one up. So ISIS, has control of one of the main dams on the Euphrates, and they're wanting to tinker, and they would love to get their hands on this dam up here in the north of Mosul. So if you're interested in this story, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com, keyword Mosul, Nineveh, Iraqi forces, ISIS, Mosul. Appreciate you guys listening. Take care. Have a good day.